Our goal in this problem is to solve this exponential equation for x. And as I look on both sides, those bases are not the same. Neither one of them can be broken down to get to a common base. So we're going to take the log of both sides with the same base. We could take it with a base of 3 or base of 5. It doesn't really matter. But since the 3 is on the left, I'm going to take log base 3 of both sides. And that doesn't simplify it down all the way, but it will simplify it down a lot. Because on the left side, the log base 3 of 3 to the x minus 2 is just x minus 2. On the right side, that exponent of 4 minus x can be pushed out front, and then it's just log base 3 of 5. Log base 3 of 5 is just a number. It's not a nice integer, but it is a number. We could evaluate that if we wanted to. And what we're going to do with that is distribute it to both of these terms that are in front of it. So we'll keep the left side exactly the same for right now, but do the distributing on the right-hand side. And now we have this equation. At this point, I see there's an x on the left, and there's also an x on the right. So let's move all the x's to the left because this is a linear equation. There's no x squared or square root of x. Move the x's to the left and move the numbers to the right. So the x stays over there, but we're also going to add x times log base 3 of 5. And to the right side, we'll keep that 4 times log base 3 of 5, and then add 2 to that side also. Next step, on the left-hand side, I see that there are these two terms, and both of those terms have an x in them. That's why I brought them over there. So if we factor an x out of both of them, the left side will look like this. And on the right-hand side, this 4 in front of this log could serve as an exponent. So if we actually took 5 to the 4th power, that would be equal to 625. You don't have to do that, but it just means a little bit less writing for me. The next step, since x is multiplied by this number, if I think about that from an algebra standpoint, and I want to get x by itself, I'm going to divide both sides by this. So on the left side, we'll divide by 1 plus log base 3 of 5. And on the right side, we'll also divide by 1 plus log base 3 of 5. Those cancel out on the left, so we're left with x equals log base 3 of 625 plus 2. That's our numerator from down here. And it's over 1 plus log base 3 of 5. So then at this point, evaluate the numerator. It is just going to come out to a number. So I'll get out my calculator. And that gives me about 7.86. And then for my denominator, do 1 plus log base 3 of 5. And that's about 2.46. I'll store that as another letter in my calculator as B. So I stored this as A. I stored this as B. And I could do it all in one step, but I think it's simpler to store it this way. So now when I go to my calculator, I can just do A divided by B. And I get about 3.189. To verify this, to see if it's correct, I'll store this as X. And then go back to my calculator and plug this x value in on the left side, and then also plug it in on the right side. So 3 to the x minus 2 and 5 to the 4 minus x. We get the same value of about 3.69 on both sides, so I'm pretty confident that my answer is correct, and x is about 3.189.